3HL 104.5 The Zone, broadcasting live from Shoney's in Clarksville. Karen is here from the chat.
That's right.
Hi, Karen.
What's up, Karen?
Trade in the NFL, Deontay Johnson goes from the Carolina Panthers to the Baltimore Ravens. He had caught 30 balls so far this season. By the way, get here at Shoney's in Clarksville. Get your name in the box. Your chance to win Shoney's gift bags in the 345 segment, 445 segment, and 545 segment. And your chance to win Tennessee, Kentucky tickets for this weekend's game. Night game in Neyland Stadium. Tennessee going dark mode. It's going to be an incredible atmosphere. And your chance to win. Just get your name in the box. We're going to pull a winner in the last segment of the show between 5:45 and 6 o'clock. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, and Ron Slay. Zeph is here. Eki Bop is here. He's got the box. That's who you need to see. He's also got things on his desk that he can give away. So
a few things.
Come see that. Kirby is here.
What's up, Kirby?
Got the tire problem fixed on the Sprinter van.
Titans koozies, Pred stickers, towels over there. It's good stuff. What happened to the tire? Did he blow it out?
No, he went immediately to we updated. Oh, you weren't on that day. We updated this on the show because where did you go?
She was out.
Here, grab a mic.
Firestone. In Dixon.
We were in Dixon.
The still radials were showing.
I had an 8-inch slit at where the tread was coming apart from the sidewall right after I got off the interstate at the Dixon show that we had, and called for help, and none was coming. So I called the guy down the street by myself and explained where I was. He goes, "Oh, we'll bring it in." So Zeph ran me in the van while there was still air on the tire down to the Firestone joint. We dropped it off, ran back up to finish out the last 5 minutes of the show and pack gear, and 25 minutes later, we're back down there. They had replaced the tire. It was facing out, and we were ready to go.
This is how observant.
Look at that.
This is how observant I am.
Those guys were good.
I didn't even know that
that's
y'all
awesome.
left the show to go do that.
Well,
Good
yeah,
job,
you were
boys.
doing something.
Yeah, you were doing a show or something.
All
I
right,
had a show to do.
Titans moves today.
you got him?
Yep. Waived wide receiver Mason Kinsey from the team's 53-man roster. Defensive lineman Abdullah Anderson, DB Justin Hardy, guard Arlington Hambright have been added to the team's practice squad. Offensive lineman Cole Spencer has been waived from the practice squad.
Yeah, Mason Kinsey will be signed to the practice squad, I would imagine. Titans fall 52-14. We all know that. They're 1-6. Keith Bulluck, all-pro, the linebacker for the Tennessee Titans, joins us now. Bully, what up? How are you?
Oh man, just enjoying another nice day in Nashville.
You know what? I would like to say before you even come on, Bully, me and Bully been slacking on road games, not doing our ritual that we usually do, but we took it upon ourselves to make sure we do what we're supposed to do, give our all for the Titans, and meet up, watch the game one-on-one. And
Hey, man,
Didn't work.
It didn't work.
Well, it was 14-14. Feeling good, right?
we was rolling for a second.
I mean, you take special teams out of it, and it could have worked.
Right.
And
We
4
literally
turnovers.
said, we literally looked at each other and said, well, we did our part.
Can't blame us no more. We did ours.
Was there a cigar or two
Oh,
involved?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah. That's how we communicate.
So, Bully, what are the biggest problems with this team, and how do they turn it around?
Well, I mean, I definitely couldn't tell you what the biggest problems are. But I just feel that, one of the things is they have to go out there on Sunday, and believe in themselves. You know what I mean? I don't know how much belief there is, just because of the way that things have been going. Because obviously this team is, rebuilt, new coach, a bunch of new things. So what's crazy to say is, even after that 52 to whatever the score was, I've been involved in a worse one, so I can't even talk.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. You had like 15 tackles in that thing in New England. You were out there busting your ass. You weren't Anthony Richardson like, hey, man, I'm too tired. I need to take a play off.
Ain't no such thing, man. Ain't no such thing. He need to sit down. He just need to go ahead and have a seat next to the coach the rest of the year, if that's the case, Anthony Richardson. But
They did bench him. They did.
Yeah, no, I saw that. But shoot, that's maybe playing into a little bit what we're speaking about. Today's player maybe, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, what quarterback after you just had a long run or you just did a lot of running or whatever he said, he's going to come out the game. I just needed a break real quick. That's crazy. So, these guys, I feel like are given a lot, and you have to go earn it. So now it's time for let's go earn it, And then also, to be fair, that team that lost 59 there, we were, we started off 0-6, but we're 10-0 the year before. You know what I mean? So it was just us getting it together as a team. It wasn't like not having the players, you know what I mean? So I think sometimes it might be that when you go out there on Sundays, you match up well, and then obviously, like this past Sunday, they didn't match up too well against Detroit for multiple reasons.
Have you ever seen a game where there were 303 return yards allowed? And I mean, Bully, if I'd have told you before the game, like, hey, man, Goff's going to throw for 85 yards and the Titans will hold the Lions at 225. I mean, they had the ball 5 times. They started 5 drives inside the 30. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, look, we were saying it on Sunday. Like, the guy only had 85 yards, and, like, the field of fouls, like, this is crazy. And it's, like, one of those unexplainable things. And then, okay, you're having problems on offense. Your defense is solid, and now your special team, you know what I mean? So for first-year head coach, I think Callie is getting a full dose, and I think he answers the questions fairly well.
Bully, I was going to ask about that, offense struggling, defense, at least statistically, is doing really well. How difficult is that in a team setting when your defense is statistically one of the best in the league and your offense one of the worst? Like, how easy is there to be a divide there where at some point the defense is like, man, can you just help us out a little bit?
Well, I mean, yeah, right. So I think one, it's on the defense to help themselves out too. Let's get out here and take the mentality. We got to create play. We got to create turnovers. We have to make plays. We have to give our offense the ball on short field, things of that nature. And then, unfortunately, like if special teams, maybe some of those guys that play and start on defense might need to go and help on special teams sometimes. I remember Michael Griffin played special teams forever, and he's on a group chat. Said I told him the other day he might need to come back and play some special teams, But that being said, you need those like core guys in your, on your special teams that are going to care and hold people to a standard. I'm not saying the Titans don't have those guys, but at the end of the day, it's time for all of these men to emerge, for their team.
And that's what when watching the game, like we also had the Vols game going on the laptop, so we were able to watch that, and we're pointing out similar things like where guys can be able to make impactful plays, not just stat plays, like where if you equate it to football, a sack right here, or basketball, look where this guy took his man and made a dunk. But what about the impactful plays that lead to other guys making plays?
Well, I mean, a lot of that time. So look, I was on I would say 2 of my worst seasons. We were 5-11 and 4-12. So like I could relate to like bad football, and I hate bad football. So I
know you do.
A really bad attitude.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, though, like sometimes even the good players become the problems because I might overcompensate and do somebody else's job, and then that's allowing a run for 50 yards or however it works. Everything just falls apart. So then it has to be like a great reset where everybody look, we would watch film as a defense on Thursdays, and I would make sure everybody's there until we got it. You understand what I'm saying? So even 5-11, 4-12, you're still building. This is a first-year coach, this is a first-year regime, so they're building the foundation. So the foundational guys have to be the ones to kind of, bring the other people along. And, I'm not saying that they're not doing these things, but it's all going to obviously take time, and you start to add other people to the mix. And it looks, they're obviously saying that we're going to need more than what we have just by moves that have been made in free agency. You know, D-Hop leading, you know, you lose two of your better players on offense and defense that fast. And, you know, I always look at that as an opportunity to step up. Who wants it?
Keith Bulluck with us on 3HL Bully Dog.
Bully, now, the other thing, too, man, not a lot, but in the first half of the game, we're watching the game, and we saying, man, like, this looks like football, though. When you see the rhythm of the offense, what were your takes on that as far as the flow of it? Now, of course, we can't play the if game or the what if and all that, but if the interceptions wasn't there or the bonehead plays wasn't there, the mistakes that happened, the flow, what did you think of the flow of the offense as far as Callahan went with the calling and things?
I think that they could build off last game because they got Calvin Ridley involved. You know, obviously they were having a hard time getting D-Hop the ball and Calvin Ridley the ball. As soon as D-Hop's gone, Calvin Ridley has a career day as a Titan. You know, obviously that means the quarterback feels a little comfortable. And then, you know, Pollard has always been he's been the most consistent offensively. So I feel like you could work with those things. It's like, okay, now you got the pass game maneuvering a little bit. The defense is gonna hold. So now it's like, you know, minus the bonehead plays and the turnovers or interception. You understand what I'm saying? And
right, yeah.
The defense make a play. Like the defense, you're there. Like carry the offense because right now this defense is gonna have to carry the offense because obviously everyone believes in the defense, you know, and you can only play but so many downs before you get worn down. You know, that's really what it's about. Wear them down and then, you know, hit the big plays, gash them here and there, and then have your way with them in the fourth quarter. So you know, like they keep saying, it's a team game. Everyone has to do their thing, but at this point, there's nothing really to talk about. As a player, I don't know there would be nothing really. I probably wouldn't even be talking to the media just because you guys are asking the same questions, giving the same dumbass answers. So
what else are we going to ask at that point, Bully?
All right. Everybody has a job to do.
Everybody got a job.
I am curious from your standpoint. You know, you mentioned Callie, first year head coach. And I think he's still feeling his way, too, as a play caller offensively. But how would you kind of assess how he's handled everything that's gone on this season so far?
I think he's done well. You know, I just only see like his interviews, and I feel like he's poised when he answers the questions, even the tough questions. He has an answer. He doesn't duck the answers. He's not afraid to, you know, give a real answer. Like he comes off as a real dude. Like, you know, shoot, like I was telling Slay on Sunday, you know, he go to his quarterback, you know, ask him what the F are you doing? Like that's a real reaction. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's giving, you know, the Titans fans, Titans Nation, like who he is, and that's all he knows to do. Unfortunately, it's not in a winning situation, so maybe it's good that way because you're seeing him very vulnerable as a person, as a coach. He has to answer all these questions in a really foreign land, and you know, he brings his dad in. They're supposed to be, and then it's not, you know, living up to what it's supposed to be immediately. But this society that we live in is like microwave popcorn society. Like, oh, we're gonna get it in 3 minutes. We're gonna be, you know, 10-7 or 12-5. Nah, it don't work like that if you don't have the pieces. So I think that, you know, you got to take your lumps because I know when I got here in 2000, you know, we were 13-3 and it was great. And then, you know, we went to the playoffs. You know, we went to the playoffs 2 times in 3 years, and then we had those seasons that it sucked, and like all my friends were gone, and like it's like, who are these guys? They just want to come in the locker room and play Mario Kart. So I had to start breaking controllers, and like, you know, you gotta get these guys in line.
I can only imagine if you'd have been on the sideline when Anthony Richardson took himself out of that game.
Oh boy.
You're tired.
Oh, man, that's crazy. But, you know, I'm sure. Look, it's a different conversation in the locker room. It always looks one way, and then like it's a different conversation. So to us, like that's why I always say, man, I always give the guys the benefit of the doubt because I never heard what was being said outside of, unless I picked up the clips or Kaharski was in there or something like that.
So okay, along those lines, like obviously the outside noise we have. I mean, shoot, we had somebody call in last week and be like, fire Amy. I'm like, yeah, okay. Doesn't work that way. But, you know, and there's fans that want to fire Callahan and say that Rand's, you know, is not doing a good job. All of this. When you kind of peel back the layers and look, we knew this was a rebuilding year. We knew it. You know, we just thought that they would be a little bit better than what they are in a rebuilding year. And the big question was, is Will Levis going to be the guy? And we thought the offensive line was going to be better. And we didn't expect Callahan as a first-year coach to struggle as far as play calling and kind of finding his rhythm. So all of those things contributed. But when you peel it all back, because you've been through different moments in this franchise, do you think that they are on the right track with some of your base pieces to have in place, with some of the draft picks, with some of the younger players when you're looking at a rebuild? Where do you feel like this franchise is right now, where we're kind of at base level?
That's very well put. Yo, at the end of the day, man, it's hard to win. You need to make plays at the quarterback position, right? So you have to start there, and you have to hope that Will Levis is the guy. And right now, he's not proving himself. He's not going out there and proving that he is. Like, you just got to keep it real. Like, I want him to be, because that's what the team needs, you know. Obviously, everyone's like, okay, put Mason in. All right, we put Mason in. We see what we're going to get. But no disrespect to Mason, he's been a backup. He's comfortable in that role. And I've been on teams, like I've never been in a situation where we didn't know if we had the guy, right? We had Vince Young, we had Kerry Collins, Steve McNair got hurt, we had Billy Volek. The only time that I questioned any quarterback play was when Jeff put in Matt Mock that one time. That was like the only time I went into the game like, yo, we're not going to win. That's the only time I went into the game, we're not going to win, you know. So even with Will and with Mason, you're going in with the belief, yo, we're going to win because you believe in these guys. Like Mason made some plays last week. I just hope Will hasn't lost his confidence to go out there to be an NFL quarterback, because he has all the tools to do it. He just has to go out there and make it happen. You know, talk at this point, talk is cheap, right? You just got to go make some plays, and then everything will take care of itself.
Rusty Smith famously went in, too, for Vince Young one time.
I wasn't here. For that.
No,
I don't know if he was the number 2, I don't know if I would have been mad about Russ, but Matt Mock was the number 3. Like, Jeff, the night before the game, was like, we're going to do everything in our power to win this game. And then he sends Matt Mock out there. Nah, that's not happening, Steve.
Words and actions.
Rusty was the number 3 during that moment.
Yeah, words and actions. All right. Keith Bulluck, Titans tonight on Wednesdays, 6 to 7 o'clock. You can hear Bully there break it down. More with Keith when we come back. I want to ask you about first and goal at the 1 and then 4 passes and no points. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Shoney's in Clarksville. Get your butt down here. The food is amazing. They keep bringing us loads over like King Henry VIII over here.
I don't know what this bacon cheeseburger triple patty is, but I'm about to hit it.
Yeah.
And some taco salad they brought. Boy. More from Shoney's in Clarksville. Get down here, get your butt down here, and get your name in the box. Your chance to win Tennessee, Kentucky tickets in the last segment. Plus, Shoney's get a bunch of food. Like taco salad, gave us each plate. Onion rings. Yeah, nachos. That's right. Onion rings.
I did not eat the bar, so I'm chowing on this bacon 12-pound burger.
The double All-American burger with bacon.
And double bacon, too.
And double bacon. Babsy just cut it in half, smashed it down like she knew what she was doing, and attacked it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, like I was looking at Slade. Slade and I were like, how are we going to do this? And Slade's like, first I take the tomato off.
Yeah.
And then you get it down.
I like it all. Pickles.
I've
Mayo?
never been a tomato guy.
Give it all to me.
So follow.
But yeah, you like ketchup.
No, love ketchup.
Yeah.
Right, but you don't like where
I'm
it
with
comes
you,
from.
Slay Dog.
Yeah.
Y'all are weird.
You are weird. I
You
love
do know
tomatoes.
what ketchup is, right?
What? Ketchup.
Tomatoes.
Yeah. Says who?
I
There's a
love
lot
tomatoes.
of fructose, sugar, and other crap in there, though.
So you will see a video, I think, of Slay trying the double All-American burger
yeah.
with bacon on the 3HL
playing with
Insta
'em.
feed at 3HL on Instagram. So check that out. Keith Bulluck with us for another segment. Again, you can catch him tomorrow night from 6 until 7 with his crew on Titans Tonight. Bully, I wanted to ask you about that situation that really frustrated me. And let me start with this. So we started Titans Talk back after the 52-14 loss, and Kevin Dyson said, I want to say something positive first. And I said, by all means, let's go. And he said, the offense actually made strides if you look at it. Take away the 4 turnovers, but like in terms of play calling and getting into a rhythm, he said that was the best that they have been since. And that takes me to my biggest frustration level with Callahan out of this game, and I hope he learns from this. First and goal at the 1 yard line, and you throw it all 4 times and come away with no points. Can't you run Tony Pollard, a really physical running back, in there somewhere?
Yeah, and as a that's what the luxury we have now, sitting at home on Sunday. But as a player, you don't necessarily question it. Like, you question it amongst yourself as like I was a defensive player, because I would ask the same question, And you know what? To be honest, yeah, the coach probably answered that in the team meeting the next day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, he's not a fool. He's not going to sit here and think, ooh, I snuck that one by him. You know what I mean? Like, the fellas are definitely thinking, like, even Tony's probably like, why I didn't get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the coach, in any time that any team I've been on and it's been a questionable call or something, the coach usually has always addressed it to the team in the team meeting, or even when you go in, like, damn, guys, I wish I had another opportunity down at the goal line. I would have gave TP a shot. However he addressed it, they're human too, so they realize their mistakes. But, yeah, that was one, unfortunately. But, like, I agree with KD said, though, because I believe we touched on it last segment, that they did, like, it was fluid. So I say it's something for them to build on. Obviously, every Sunday is a different challenge. New England will bring a different challenge, although they're going through some of the same woes. So, look, this is a great opportunity. I would like to jump on somebody real quick at home and, let their problems be theirs and, correct the ones that we've been having all year.
Right. And let me ask you this, Bully. We were talking about it and how we've both been through slumps, during seasons, and you try to find ways to get out of it. In basketball, I know you break it down to 1/3 of the court, especially if it's on the offensive end, and you can do the same thing defensively. And you start there from a foundation and you try to build out, then you incorporate 3 guys, 3-on-3. Then you bring everybody together, going 5-on-5, and you start to work back up into it until you find success. In football, what do you do? Like, what's your breakdown of how you work out of a slump? Like, I mean, do you take the D-line and put them over there on the sled, or you take the O-line and say, we're gonna go 2 steps and then reset? Like, what do you do? Because there's so many of y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I think that's why it's important. You always hear teams saying, oh, we got to stick together. It's important that they stick together so they continue to get the same message. So I would say, from a defensive standpoint, we got to stop the run. And I know they've been doing a great job. And I'm just saying, just from simple. You simplify everything, right? So we're going to stop the run, because if we're stopping the run and we're holding them to under 100 yards a game, I know that's going to make them, force them to have to pass more, which will give us more opportunities for Kyle Van Bosch and Haynesworth and all them to get sacks. And then for us to make plays in the back end on the ball when they're passing. So defensively, that's how I see it. And then offensively, look, man, let's just try not to turn the ball over and see how it works out.
Right.
See how that works.
See how it goes.
I felt like the offense looked good, so let's just not turn the ball over and see how it works out this week. That's all.
That's true.
I love it. Patriots coming
you just
into town.
mentioned those players. I'm like, I miss that
That was a
team.
great group,
I
man.
miss that locker room. That was such a good locker room.
Yeah, good mix of characters.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely true.
So true.
Bully, great job, man. Appreciate you hopping on. Again, Titans
man.
tonight with Keith Bulluck and the gang. It's Wednesdays at 6 o'clock until 7. Thank you, Bully. Appreciate you, man.
Of course, you guys have a good one. Thanks.
All right,
Thanks,
there is
KB.
Keith Bulluck. Now we have a chance for someone here to win a Shoney's gift bag. And Zeph has a name. We're going to do this each hour. So Shoney's gift bags at 3:45 segment, 4:45 segment, 5:45 segment. And then we're going to give away Tennessee, Kentucky football tickets in the last segment. You do not have to be here for that one, but make sure you get your name
You have
in
to
the
be
box.
here to put your name in the box.
Gotta get here at some
You
point.
just don't have to
enjoy some
hang out
food
the whole time.
And we've got plenty for you. You can sit down and eat with us. But Tennessee, Kentucky tickets in the last segment, and then we'll give away a pair on the radio as well. Zeph, what you got for the Shoney's gift bag right now?
Karen Davis.
Well, there's Karen Davis. We just mentioned Karen Davis and her
Let's go,
husband
Karen.
Tom are here, and we appreciate y'all for being here, and we'll do that again at 4:45.
Definitely.
When we come back, Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com, will preview that matchup with the Patriots. Believe it or not, the Titans are favored by 3 points in that game. We'll talk about it next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.